Hello, true duelists. My name's Craig Fee, and welcome to the New Card Report. In 2024, the OCG seized the opportunity to take advantage of the Master Duel phenomenon by implementing decks that were available both in paper in real life and to rent in Master Duel. These were known as the Tactical Tri decks, and they've been getting support ever since, up to and including in Alliance Insight. That is something, of course, the TCG is staunchly against, having sensible and good ideas, and proudly will not implement into the TCG based on the fact that we still have not received them. Thanks, Konami. So, to push products we won't get, we now get to enjoy support for 3 decks as a constant reminder to go fuck ourselves. Happy holidays, folks. It's the New Card Report. Starting with the Live Twins, Live Twin Leela Sweet is a new blue level 2 dark spellcaster with 500 attack and 0 defense and 2 hard once per turn effects. In the hand, if the opponent activates a card or effect in response to one of your Live Twin cards or effects, you can discard this as a quick effect to negate the opponent's effect. And if it's in your graveyard and you control a Kiss-a-Kill monster, you can special summon this, but so long as you control it summoned by this effect, you're locked into only summoning fiend monsters from the extra deck. It's a negate that protects monsters and spell and traps, that also then serves as an extender with a meaningless and easy to work around lock. Sorry kids, it's dog shit. It's 2025. If you don't have 3 effects, you're bad. But really, this is a very solid card, I would think. It doesn't protect every monster or spell and trap from my knowledge in the deck, but if you normal summon the original Kiss-a-Kill, not only can this help ensure that it resolves, but it then immediately doubles as an extender. And that's the sickest combo line I can think of with it, and all there really is to say. What a good card, just a good card. Damn. Evil Twin Kiss-a-Kill Deal is a new Link 1 for the deck with an arrow pointing right, or maybe left, I actually don't remember. But it has 100 attack, I know that much. It only needs 1 Kiss-a-Kill monster as material to summon. It can only be special summoned once per turn, and its effect has a hard once per turn that lets you send a Leela monster from your main or extra deck to the grave to then apply the following effect. Each time your opponent activates a card or effect in response to one of your Kiss-a-Kill or Leela monsters, you immediately draw a card. Mom, get the camera, a 5th Maxx has entered the game. Because as we all know, draw a card, Maxx, no difference. This is obviously an incredibly solid effect, as most, if not all, the main deck monsters are one of the 2 names on this card, and all the good extra deck ones are. Like, what isn't protected by that in some manner? Is it the Sunny, Trouble Sunny, and the discount evenly matched on legs? And even then, maybe discount evenly is protected as well. I truly can't remember, because I only remember it as discount evenly matched on legs. And if not, I've at least future-proofed this video in some amount, because if there's more than that, well then it's probably just the future card we aren't aware of existing quite yet. Which means that if you're feeling a little more safe against hand traps, you're probably playing this, but you're also playing Live Twins, which means you're feeling a lot dangerous in the world of hand traps. It's a very funny way to play around the hand trap problem Evil Twins have, you know, dying to damn near all of them, by just letting you draw a card every time the opponent interacts with you. There's almost certainly going to be another main deck and another Link monster of the flip-flops, because we got 1 and 1, so that's also, you know, hopium and copium for more support for Evil Twin, which means the players are eating good. Compared to the 3 generic cards the Tactical Tri decks got last time, it's certainly a step up, because the one the Evil Twins got sucked donkey dick from that one. But yeah, either way, it's just a reminder, if nothing else, that if you want to make people not be able to shut the fuck up about art, just make it a woman. The people will truly lose their minds. And moving on to the tried and true dragon to accompany the anime girl, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Cyber Dragon now has Cyber Jormungandr, a new level 5 light machine with 1000 attack and 2100 defense that cannot be normal summoned or set and has to be special summoned by an effect. Like its own, because if the opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this from the hand and then take a copy of Cyber Dragon specifically from your deck and either special summon it or attach it to this card as an equip spell. And while it's on the field, you can return 1 Cyber Dragon you control to the hand to add a copy of Polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Both of these effects are, of course, hard once per turns. It's worth noting that to use the hand effect, you don't have to be the only one to have a monster like the original Cyber Dragon dictates, which means you can special summon the original, then use this effect to summon itself and another copy of the original. And it can bounce the Cyber Dragon you choose to equip to it if you choose to equip the Cyber Dragon to it to search polymerization, since it bounces the name specifically of the card Cyber Dragon and not a monster. You can also bounce Cyber Dragon Core after you got the search, since it's also treated as Cyber Dragon while on the field, and that seems a little better than uselessly putting Cyber Dragon as an equip spell, but I am not your father, and you are welcome to do whatever you want because I don't really care. I don't know if this is the thing Cyber Dragon was lacking, because that's the one thing Cyber Dragon's been missing is extension and going. But, you know, now they can tech in polymerization for easier fusion plays, which I guess is nice for players who remember that Cyber Dragon is a deck from 2005. It's what we here at YGO Strats call the Dyatlov special in regards to this card, though.
Not great, not terrible.
Thanks, Dyatlov. And Cyber Dragon also gets Cyber Dark Worm, a monster that looks nothing like a worm or a cyber or a dragon. Kind of a mix, actually, the later two, but it does not look like a worm, and we can all agree on that. This dark level 5 machine has 800 attack and 2100 defense, and its name becomes Cyber Dragon while it's on the field or in the grave. Its hard once per turn effect is that while you have a cyber monster on your field or in your grave, and this card is in your hand or in your grave, you can send a Cyber Dragon from your hand or deck to the grave to special summon this, and then add any cyber spell or trap from your grave to your hand. It's a neat little bit of recursion for the spell and trap, and it's a little bit of extension onto your field. It's a little bit of a tiny fucko wucko with 800 attack as well, but we're not going to focus on that. It's clearly material and nothing else. Again, it's by no stretch a terrible card, but it's not a wow card either. It's not like we've broken open Cyber Dragons with this thing. It's one that exists, can be played, and even if it's questionable to be played, it's at least moderately defensible. I can see why you'd want it, regardless of how good or bad it truly is. But that will mean nothing to that one dick at locals who will comment on your playing it constantly. I'm talking about you, Devin. Go fuck yourself. It's fine. It's also followed by Walmart brand Maxx, which is technically Maxx, so sorry to the worm, but you're whatever. The Golden Boy, meanwhile, gets a new fusion monster. Angelicaido, or however I butchered that pronunciation of the Golden Land, is a level 10 Dark Zombie fusion with 1800 attack and 2500 defense, needing one copy of Eldritch the Golden Lord and any one zombie as fusion material. You have to either fusion summon this properly, or you can summon it from the extra deck by tributing a light zombie fusion while you have a copy of the original Golden Lord on your field or in your grave. And your prize for summoning this, beyond getting to make a cool version of an old meme, but Yu-Gi-Oh style, is of course a hard once per turn effect that is to summon an Eldritch monster from your deck, grave, or extra deck if this leaves the field. Damn, that's not a terrible way to recover a banished Eldritch Lord, I would say, if that's at all what it did, but it can't summon Lord from the banished pile, which means Bestial still fuck you. But it can make the other fusion a little bit easier without having to play that really, garbage fusion spell, so the Mad Lord's on the table. Make this legally not a link 1 and then link into something else again, and boom, the Lord of your choice. This is easier to summon the Mad Lord with, as said, so it's hardly unwelcome. Also, the art goes incredibly hard, so it's getting a slot in the extra deck regardless. And don't pretend that Eldritch players are really tight on extra deck space. They can fit this in for the flex factor, and they should, and we all know it. Last up is the new Eldlixir trap for the deck, Eldlixir of the Exalted Golden Land. A continuous trap, this will let you pay 800 life points to choose one of two effects. Either to summon this as a normal monster, a level 5 light to zombie with 1500 attack and 2800 defense, and then if you control Eldritch the Golden Lord, you can return a monster on the field to the hand, or alternatively, once you've paid 800, you can set one of your banished Golden Land or Eldlixir spell or traps. For ruling's sake, if you summon this as the normal monster, it will not get its effect because it's a normal monster and it won't have an effect. It'll be the, trap effect that bounces, and then you won't get to use that effect to reset your banished spell and trap. If you want to recur your banished spell and trap, you'll need to leave it not as a monster. So, take note of that. It is a compulse for Eldritch though, as opposed to a pop with Conquistador, which is a notable thing because sometimes you don't want to destroy cards, like say if you're playing against Unchained. Remember that deck? I don't. So, yeah, that's important to note. Still seems solid to me, though, and is an effect the deck could use, that is, to recover Banish, Spell, and Trap to have more of a grind game. It still makes it a worse trap deck than Labyrinth, but if we compare trap decks to Labyrinth, then there's nothing else worth paying than Labyrinth, and some of us are dumb and want to play a simpler deck without requiring the use of math. All in all, it's a pretty good day to be playing the Tactical Tri-decks. Every player from the 3 decks seems to enjoy both the cards they've gotten and even the artwork to varying degrees of appropriateness in front of one's own father. That's saying something because one of these decks did get a Maxx type effect, so to not have the other 2 deck players bitching relentlessly is notable. Shoutouts to Fualas, I guess. Maxx just aren't quite as unique. What a horrifying thing to say. Anyways, all these decks are now slightly more competitive, able to play in 2025, and Lord knows that some decks would absolutely kill for the chance to even say that sentence. F's in the chat for Altergeist players, you know what I'm talking about. Now, if only they could release a Tactical Tri-deck for one of my favorite decks, or maybe even one of your favorite decks. Hell, one of our favorite decks in this most giving of seasons. Then maybe we could get support for other things. Or, you know, maybe we could just get the Tactical Tri-decks in the TCG. I'm open to things, Konami. Have we tried good ideas? Probably not. Oh well, as they say, sucks to suck. And I'm done with this one, so on to the outro, where I'll definitely make a sick joke you don't want to miss. So stay tuned for that, and I'm moving on. And that's it for the new card report. The update, as always, will be out on Friday, just covering some new cards in this one, hence why we call it the new card report. And that's the joke. How underwhelming is that? Holy fuck, leave the video now. But before you do, hit subscribe, because not only will you impress your smoking Italian wife, you'll also immediately become a true duelist. And those are 2 things that everyone wants this Christmas season, holiday season, New Year's season, Hanukkah season, big chip dip pile of what the flip season. Keep it going. Don't end the video. Just ramble on endlessly, and maybe someone will enjoy it. I'm gonna go feed my cat. Bye.